Good morning and Shabbat Shalom. Day 525. Since 59 hostages have been brutally, barbarically, violently and inhumanely were kidnapped to the hell called Gaza by the inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis monsters of Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, UNRWA, the UN, the Red Cross, and just ordinary, regular civilians, innocent Palestinians. We are here every morning to demand from these inhuman, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis monsters to surrender and let all of the 59 hostages go. All of them at once, in one phase, in one bus. And Israel should give up nothing. Reports coming out from Israel that Hamas broke down to the pressure. Apparently, is it pressure from the United States? If it is the pressure of humanitarian aid being blocked, if it is some electricity that been cut off, we unclear why they're now agreeing to move a little bit, and they declared that they are ready to release Idan Alexander and 4 other unalive hostages who have American Israeli citizenship, dual citizenship. So Idan Alexander is the last known alive, at least from what we've seen. The last sign of life from him received on November 24. His family moved to New Jersey right after he was born as a baby and lived in New Jersey his whole life. And after graduating high school, he decided to go and defend his ancestral homeland, Israel, in the IDF, in the Israeli Defense Force. On October 7th, he was serving in the base defending the civilians of Israel near Gaza. And his base was obviously infiltrated by terrorists. The soldiers were outnumbered, and Idan was taken in captivity. He's still held captive for 525 days. The 4 unalive hostages that apparently Hamas agreed to release is the 4 American Israeli citizens. It is Omer Nutra, Itai Chen, Gadi Hagai, and Judy Weinstein. At least from what the information that Israel knows, the intelligence informations, and what Hamas is also sharing, these 4 are no longer alive, and they all either died on October 7th or died in Hamas captivity. The reason they are not alive anymore is because of Hamas. The reason that Hamas is still the sick monsters, is still holding bodies of more than half of the hostages of the total number of 59 are, according to intelligence information, are no longer alive. And these sick monsters are holding their bodies in order to extort Israel. So with this pressure, they are agreeing now to release 5. No more information about when, what Israel will have to give in return, how we're going to continue with this, because the first phase for the ceasefire was over. It ended. And now the talks are stuck because in the second phase, Hamas expecting and demanding from Israel to withdraw completely from Gaza, including Philadelphia corridor, where Israel continuously finding tunnels, terrorist tunnels under this corridor between basically Gaza and Egypt. Even though they have this beautiful border protecting the border between Egypt and Gaza, they have tunnels under where they're smuggling ammunition, equipment, terrorists, and even maybe hostages. Israel don't want to withdraw completely from Gaza because Hamas is still in power. Also, Hamas expecting Israel to promise to vow to end the war, to basically surrender. And then Hamas will declare themselves as winners. Hamas is still in power in Gaza and still calling the shots and still abusing its own people. And the international community is silent for the most part. It's only Trump, since a little bit before he got into office, but throughout this time, he's the only one who's putting pressure on them. The UN is fucking silent and complicit. The European Union, fucking nothing. We demand a pressure on Hamas to surrender. We would not be able to live side by side with these monsters still in power, vowing, promising to do October 7th again and again. And they want Israel out so they can easily rearm, regroup, and plan the next attack. They are not done. They didn't accomplish anything, basically, besides killing, causing death and destruction on Israel and on their side for the most part. But they didn't conquer anything, they didn't free Palestinians, they didn't free Palestine, they didn't achieve fucking nothing, and they are losing this war. But they're not done. Their mission, their goal, their life goal is to annihilate Israel. And they said again and again, quoted all of the top leaders, that they will continue doing October 7 again and again for thousands of time until Israel will be annihilated. So maybe it's time to start listening to them, take them seriously, and respond accordingly. We demand all 59 hostages to be released at once. We would be so grateful to see Idan Alexander out of this hell already, and the other 4 brought to a respectful burial, and for the families to finally finish this cycle of torture. But we demand all 59 to be fucking ending this cycle of torture. All 59 of them. On this Shabbat, I want to wish a peaceful Shabbat for the IDF soldiers to be safe wherever you are and come back home safely. For the 59 hostages to be rescued or released today to have Shabbat dinners with your families. And for the Jewish nation around the world, be safe, strong, resilient, and proud. And remember that Am Yisrael is going anywhere. We are finally came back to our homeland. Some of us still in the diaspora, including me, but we will stand for our homeland forever. The Jewish nation will live from the Jordan River throughout Judea and Samaria, throughout Mediterranean Sea for eternity. Am Yisrael will always be. Am Yisrael Chai forever, and Shabbat Shalom.